Hey y'all, welcome to the Throttle podcast. I'm your host, Will Earnest, here today with my co-host, Evan Sager. We're back. We're finally back. Both of our cars, and I guess his mom's car got hit too, so transportation was not really possible, but we managed to get it all fixed up, and we're back here recording after quite a lot of big news has happened over the last month, but more specifically within this last kind of week. You know, some of the big news, you had the damn whole lawsuit situation. You had Atlanta rebranding to Echo Park Speedway. And, of course, Nashville. I was in Nashville this past weekend. Got to see my girlfriend. That was pretty fun. But this is the Throttle to the Floor podcast, not me with my girlfriend podcast.
Hello. We have returned after a long-awaited break. After some technical difficulties on both of our sides, we've officially returned. He's back from Dega, Nashville. I'm back from...
And Kansas.
Oh, and Kansas. Can't forget that. Back from my adventure of life. I guess is the best way I can describe it.
Yeah. Mr. Evan over here has graduated high school. Congratulations. You're
Thank
better
you.
than my dad.
Okay. That's a little bit of a stretch, but yeah. Graduation was last Sunday. Just officially say I'm a high school graduate. Unlike some people, but, you know, to each their own.
Well, I'm next, apparently.
You are next, because you're younger than me.
Yep. Nashville was an interesting race. You had Briscoe win back-to-back poles, which I didn't think was going to happen, being, going from Charlotte right to Nashville. And you had Hamlin, who's on baby watch. And it's like, was he going to start his 700 start? He did, and he went through the whole race. I don't even know if his third child's been born yet. I don't know.
I don't think so, to my knowledge.
But Hamlin had a great race. I actually picked him, so I was scared. Funny enough, my girlfriend told me about that news in the hotel room before we left for the race. I smashed my phone on the ground. But it was just on a bit, so it cracked like the screen protector, but it didn't do anything else.
No shot you actually did that. Why? I was not that mad, and I'm the Hamlin fan. Come on now.
Yeah, but he finished 30. He led a good chunk of the middle of the race, but then Blaney just had the long run car and just took off.
Blaney saved at the pump.
He did save at the pump. And I've seen him not save at the pump.
Multiple times this year.
Well, I watched him run out of gas last year at Gateway.
Blaney's has had some bad luck, but his luck finally turned around here in Nashville.
Evan, you picked Bell.
I did.
I don't know how he finished. I don't know how he finished 10th coming back from hitting the wall.
What's funny about that is when you text me that wreck was literally happening. So you sent that text.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, it was good for 2 seconds.
Well, I sent it like right before the restart, and then by the time it actually came through, he was like sideways. So.
Yeah, balls deep in the wall from Andrew Jones.
Yeah, I remember seeing the replay, and I'm just like, what the hell? Jones just drove right into him.
Yeah, I don't know what Jones was doing there on that restart.
I mean, he had a good car. I think he finished like top 10 too, I think. So.
Yeah, he didn't do too bad. All of the Toyota cars did really well this weekend, I feel like, overall. Except for Ty Gibbs.
And Briscoe finished in like 17th, but
yeah, I don't
he
know what
won
happened.
the pole and led the first like 50 laps.
I don't know what happened to Briscoe. He couldn't keep up with the track.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know what was
He
going
led
on
the
there.
first like 50 laps from the pole, then Hamlin led the next like 70 some, and then Blaney led like everything else. That's about what happened.
I'm really curious what they'll bring to like Dover, another concrete track like that.
Oh yeah.
Considering Hamlin did win last year at Dover.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of why I picked Hamlin, because if you look at concrete tracks just in general, his last 4 starts at Bristol are first, fourth, and second, and then Nashville, he had a terrible pit call in 22 when he and Truex came to pit road with a few laps left in that race, which cost him, and in 24 before the caution came out for Cindric, he was
leading.
Yeah, he was about to win that too. So he could have had 2 wins in Nashville, but he has none.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. Nashville is a really good racetrack, I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
People don't like it, but I kind of like it's concrete.
It's nice that it's concrete and being like a trioval of sorts and being like a mile and a third. it's unique. We have a lot of unique tracks on the schedule. We got Pocono, we got Nashville, we got Darlington, we got. I don't know if you want to consider Dover as a unique track, but
It's unique in the aspect that it's concrete, not asphalt. I mean, like the overall layout's not too crazy, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah. And I mean, Hamlin, of course, won Dover last year, so that's why I picked him, and worked out. He didn't have to leave. As much as I love Ryan Truex and all the Truexes, I did not want him driving on Sunday, and he did not. So we got lucky there. But Allmendinger, I saw that he failed like pre-race inspection, so he had to do like a pass-through.
He did, yes.
To start, but I don't know. Looking down the results sheet, somehow it still finished like 20th.
Yeah, AJ Allmendinger's been having a few last good month and a half, I would say. These tracks played into his wheelhouse, and then now in 2 weeks we go to Mexico City, and then we have Sonoma and Watkins Glen here in the next month or so, and then Mexico. Yeah. I feel like Mexico will be interesting because a lot of people have not raced Mexico, and it'll be an interesting track for the people who have never raced it. So I'm curious for how SVG will do for one, because he's showed some speed lately, especially at Charlotte before the wreck.
Oh yeah.
And then
I'm curious how Suarez will do, because he's not really somebody that you think of immediately as a road course guy, and he hasn't had a lot of speed lately, but his first win was at Sonoma in 22. Plus, being Mexico, it's his home race. And he's in a contract year, which I remember seeing on NASCAR.com not too long ago. I guess it is having kind of distractions, so maybe that can affect it, maybe in a good way or a bad way, we don't know.
Yeah, I think Suarez will either do really good or he's going to wreck out. I mean, there's no in between for him, especially for his home race, his first ever race in his country for the NASCAR Cup Series.
Yeah.
The main series he's going to be racing down there is going to be really interesting because not everyone's raced there. And it's going to be very interesting.
And there's only been 4 Xfinity races, and even then that was 05 to 08, so even that was 15 plus years ago.
Yeah.
So
a lot of these drivers have never raced there, so.
I mean, even the few guys that have ran Xfinity, like Hamlin, who I believe won that race in 06, like, it's a completely different car. Like, even the Xfinity cars, it's a completely different car. And obviously Cup Series, it's the next gen car, it's completely different.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't really know, you know. I mean, you could lean the guys that have had experience on that track like Hamlin and Kyle Busch. You could lean on typical road course guys like SVG. You could lean on Suarez as his home country, but you really don't know.
Yeah, that's a wild card race for sure.
The wild card of wild cards.
Yeah.
Right there, besides like Daytona, but
this is a road course that's never worked, or I should say never ran in the next gen series, so
it's never run in the Cup Series in general.
Well, I know, but I'm saying especially in the next gen car.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. But before we get to that, we got Michigan this week. Kind of the last, just in general, like, I don't want to say cookie cutter, but just kind of plain, straightforward race until we go off the rails, because we got Mexico City the following week, Pocono, which is just, you know, triangle. You don't have any other triangles. Atlanta Super Speedway, Chicago Sonoma road courses. Dover is another concrete track, which, I mean,
Toyota's been really good.
It depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
With that. Indy, it's a rectangle. Ain't got many rectangles. Plus, you remember last year, Brad probably would have won with his fuel saving if the caution didn't come out, or if he would have made it to the white flag, then the caution would have came out. Who knows? Honestly, I think if it would have stayed green, he would have made it, but
you never know.
Depends on who you ask. You know, Iowa, it's the second year they've ever ran that track, and they just had another Goodyear tire test, so I'm not sure if they're going to change those tires, like if they're going to change the compound.
I think they'll kind of leave it the same. I think they're going to bring what they brought at Bristol, in my opinion. Kind of those tires, but I think they're going to be a little harder than what the Bristol tires were. So
I remember the Bristol tires, it's like the, spring 24, it's like they fell apart, and then it's like they bring them for the fall, and then I think they might have brought them again for the spring, and it just didn't really do anything.
Yeah, so I think, if anything, they might put them small, or not weaker, but like softer. There we go.
A lot of people were questioning repaving the bottom half of the corners and leaving the rest of it as in the old pavement, which that's original pavement from when the track opened in '06. I think it went fine. You still had multiple groups of racing, and I was at the race last year, and I'm going again this year. I think it was a good race. I mean, I've heard that tickets are about to sell out again, and we're still, a couple months out from race day, so, I think they'll keep it pretty similar, but we don't really know.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then even after Iowa, it's Watkins Glen, another road course. Richmond, after last year, who knows? And then Daytona, so...
Daytona, you never know.
We're about to enter a wild stretch of racing here. Heading down to the playoffs. Speaking of the playoffs, do you think Hocevar is going to win his way into the playoffs?
I really do think he will. I think it'll be one of these random, not cookie cutter tracks, but like, he could win a Dover, I feel like. A Dover will be good for him. Or one of these road courses. He's been okay on road courses, and New Mexico City is the wild card.
What was that? I think it was last year at the Glen. He finished like third, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
I think he was like third.
So I feel like
Glen,
like that he would be really good at. But yeah,
well, I think he was like third. I think
it was top 5 for sure. I don't remember the exact amount or where he placed.
Or maybe I'm thinking of one of the other Spire cars. I don't remember. Spire in general is just getting better.
Yeah, Spire has been really good this whole entire year, honestly. They've been really strong this particular last like 5 weeks or so.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Hocevar turns around this weekend at Michigan and puts together a good run. I mean, he was second at Nashville, and he's been really good at the intermediate tracks. So, I mean, granted, LaJoy flipped over last year in Michigan, but I mean, LaJoy to Hocevar is like night and day. So,
yeah, and LaJoy, you see LaJoy's making some starts in the Cups or Truck Series.
I did hear about that. Yeah.
Speaking on some rather interesting news, 2311 and Front Row Motorsports have lost their appeal to NASCAR. The judge overruled it.
I think they can still put in like a rehearing, I think, within the next 14 days. I don't remember. But I know there's set to be a trial in December when the season's over, but it ain't looking too good.
Yeah. So. I thought we should touch on that.
Yeah. Well, it's big news. I mean, I've wrote multiple web stories on that lawsuit.
Mm-hmm. Nice. It just keeps going back and forth. They don't know what they want to do.
Yeah. So, Atlanta is getting rebranded to Echo Park Speedway. I'm sorry, Echo Park Speedway just sounds like the name of your local go-kart track. Like, at least when Charlotte rebranded to Lowe's, like, it was Lowe's Motor Speedway, so you knew what you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But, some people called Charlotte, some people called Charlotte Lowe's. I don't think anybody's going to call Atlanta Echo Park Speedway. I'm not going to call Atlanta Echo Park. I'm going to go to Atlanta and call it Atlanta when I go to the race in a few weeks in June.
Exactly.
So,
I don't think a lot of people will call it Echo Park. I think most of the people only know it as Atlanta Motor Speedway. And I don't blame them for that at all.
Connor Zilich, he's going to run another couple cup starts. He's going to run at, I saw it was Watkins Glen. Oh, wait, no. It was Atlanta. And
Atlanta,
yeah. It was Atlanta and Watkins Glen. It's like, we were just talking about Atlanta. It's like, I had to come back to me. But I'm interested to see how he does at Watkins Glen. Of course, his first Xfinity start, he won. Run the pole at the Glen last year, so.
You never know.
Yeah. I mean, he pretty much wins in, like, everything he gets into. Like, he won, like, in class at the Rolex 24 and Sebring. So.
You never know.
It's kind of like a mini Kyle Larson in a way, which apparently Larson tried to enter in, or was thinking about entering a Australian Supercars event, but he's not gonna do it. And I'm like,
I don't blame him for that. And then you see the Cadillac F1 team after Blaney's win. I guess they tweeted out that they wanted Ryan Blaney to race for him in one of these upcoming races for him. Ryan Blaney said, "Nah." He literally just said, "Nah." That's all he said. Oh, I thought that was pretty funny.
I just don't get F1. I mean, yeah, they race in the U.S., but it's like, You know, you look at NASCAR or even IndyCar, it's like you make contact with somebody and it's like you're mostly fine. But it's like in F1, it's like we're going to launch an investigation immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that's called racing.
Stuff happens.
Like,
you know, you can't control what people do.
If one guy zigs and one guy zags, what are you going to do about it?
Exactly.
Like, you know, but I let F1 just kind of let be. I mean, if they want to keep running at 6 o'clock in the morning on ESPN, go ahead. I don't care.
That's because not everyone's going to watch that race.
Yeah. So, Alex Palou in IndyCar, he won the Indy 500, and it's like, is he just going to keep winning and then finishing second the whole time? No.
He wrecked for 26th.
He crashed out of Detroit, and Kyle Kirkwood wins his second race of the year. He's the only guy to win besides Alex Palou. He beat Palou at Long Beach back in, like,
February?
Whatever it was, April, I think. I
Oh.
don't remember. And then NHRA was in New England. Brittany Force had a pair of 340-mile-per-hour runs. She beat Tony Stewart in Top Fuel. Stewart has been in 5 straight final rounds now.
I did see that, yeah.
He still leads the point standings. They're heading to Bristol. How convenient, I just pointed out my Bristol ad. But I've wanted to go to Bristol both to see, the Cup Cars race there, but even just the NHRA Dragsters, they got, like, it's right in the valley. So they come screaming down. I can just imagine how good that would sound. I just want to go to NHRA in general, because I heard when they first announced about their 75th anniversary season, which is next year, like, if you go to an NHRA event and then renew your ticket to the following year, like, they send you, like, a whole ring and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So
I'm excited for the Braves Reds game that's going to be going on later in the year.
Me and my girlfriend wish we could go because she's a Braves fan and I'm a Reds fan, but we can't. 1, that's basically around when she starts school. 2, the Iowa race is the next day.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, darn. But I'll be watching it on TV.
And then you see they tore down the Goodyear stand.
I did see that. I just saw that. They had to tear that down to fit in, what was it, the outfield fence, I think?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. And then J.R. Todd beat rookie Spencer Hyde to win at Funny Car for the first time in over a year. NHRA is really hard to win.
Yeah.
Especially in Funny Car because their class is really loaded with a lot of different good competitors. And, I mean, Austin Prock, who's the points leader, lost in the first round, but he still has the points lead. But, I mean, that just shows how cutthroat it is. And then Greg Anderson beat Eric Enders in Pro Stock for his 3rd win of the year and 109th in his legendary career. Sounds like Richard Petty over here.
A little bit.
I don't know. But even Pro Stock, Pro Stock's been dominated this year by both Greg Anderson and Dallas Glenn. They've won pretty much every event this year, I believe. So we'll see if that can keep going. We know that Alex Palou's dominance in IndyCar could not keep going.
Yeah, those are eventually going to happen.
Yeah. Points-wise, I've extended my lead back to 53 points over you.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. I mean, I'll still take a top 10, but it could have been a lot better.
Everybody else is like a million years behind.
Yeah, me and
Mason's 158 back. Zach's 182. Haley's 191. But, I mean, she's part-time, so, like, depends on you guys. But, anyways, this weekend, NASCAR's in Michigan. I tried to go. Can't go unless something somehow pops up at the last minute, but probably not. So
unfortunately.
That really does suck. I've wanted to go to Michigan. If you've ever been to Lower Michigan, which I have, I don't think you have.
I have never been to Michigan.
Lower Michigan, actually just all of Michigan. Because I've been in Lower Michigan and I've been up in the
Peninsula.
The UP, yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I really want to go, especially in the fall time when all the colors are out there.
Oh, yeah. But I really wish I could go. NHRA's in Bristol for their event down there in Thunder Valley.
Mm-hmm.
Right in the valley. It's going to sound so good. Even just on TV. Wish I could be there too, but, whatever. And then IndyCar's off this week before they head to Gateway on June 15th. Maybe Joseph Newgarden can win a damn race because he seems to be really good at Gateway.
Yeah, I don't know why. That's his favorite track right now, but it is.
Picks for Michigan. I've picked Logano. Risky. He's won 3 times at Michigan, but his results look like something out of a checkerboard. Evan is picking the 2023 winner, Chris Buescher. Low-key, I kind of thought you'd pick Reddick, who won the race last year, but
I wanted to change it up from being a Toyota.
good point.
And I mean, it's Michigan. It's Ford's home track. I mean,
Ford won every race at Michigan from the end of after Larson's 3 straight, ending in 17, all the way until Reddick's win last year. So Ford always likes to show up. Zach picked Kyle Busch again.
why? I don't know.
I don't know. My girlfriend Haley decided to pick Byron for this race. I think he finished like second and 21 to Blaney, I believe. And Mason has not made a pick yet.
Boo.
He better hurry up. Or he's going to get no points. He's going to be like Larson trying to do the double last year. Then he tried to do the double this year and it still didn't work.
Yeah, it's just...
I think Larson has done like the equivalent of like 1 double in 2 years of trying to do it.
Pretty much. That sounds about right.
Because he did all of Indy, but then he did none of the 600, and then he did like some of Indy before he crashed, and he did some of Charlotte before he crashed. So like if you add it all up,
It's about 1,100 miles, give or take.
there's a lot of wild card tracks coming up. So Michigan's kind of our last, I guess, frontier. In this, I guess, time we've basically been off. I went to Talladega, saw Cindric win. I went to Kansas, saw Larson win, and of course I was just in Nashville and I saw Blaney win. I wish I could go to Michigan, but I probably most likely can't. I'll be in Atlanta later this month, and then after that it'll probably be Indy at the end of July. So
Indy sounds like a good weekend to me.
yeah, me and Evan are looking forward to Gateway.
Yeah.
In early September. That's gonna be a great playoff race.
And it's not going to be thousands of miles away.
Yeah, he's got family down there.
Free housing.
And we can go to IKEA, have all the meatballs.
I've never been to IKEA before.
It's something. Yeah, I went there. I got the bucket hat over there.
I see. I've been staring at the whole episode.
Yeah. Anyways, make sure to check out Chill Will Photography. I'm gonna have the pictures from Nashville up in the relative distant future, near distant future. I have the photos from Talladega and Kansas already up there, and make sure you check out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts where this podcast will be, and as well as the Throttle the Floor podcast Instagram. I'll be trying to post some more content on there as well. But thank y'all for tuning in to the return.
The return after a long break.
The long-awaited return of the Throttle the Floor podcast after some car troubles. Car troubles. We're sounding like JGR from last year at Sonoma.
Don't remind me.
But
But until next time, y'all. Talk to y'all later.